Hello everyone, I'm Long Zhang and this is instructor. And today the session we're going to learn is the red wines from Argentina's Mendoza Valley. The learning outcome is to explain how natural and human factors influence the production of red wines from the Mendoza province of Argentina. And by the end of the session, you will able to identify and describe the styles of red wines produced in Argentina's Mendoza province. Apply knowledge of natural factors to explain the reasons for site selection, varietal planting, and the styles and the quality of these wines. And third, apply knowledge of human influences in the vineyard to explain the techniques used for growing of grapes for the production of these wines. And fourth, apply knowledge of winemaking techniques to explain the options used for the production of these wines. So first, let's do a check on the previous learning. The first question is, recall Alsace region. The Vosges mountain shelters the western wet wind will reduce what climate pattern of the region? So, again?
Rainforest will be reduced.
Good. So how does it affect the difficulty of viticulture become easier or harder?
Easier.
Why?
Because there will be no or very low fungus disease pressure.
Good. The second question is, in warm regions, a larger diurnal range often provide great higher acidity and more complex aromas. Why? Jane?
In the daytime, the warm temperature boosts the sugar and flavor ripeness. Cool nights help slowing the loss of acidity and aromas, so lead to higher acidity and more complex aromas.
Good. The third question is, warm and hot climates create challenges in producing quality wines. So consider the length of growing season. Explain why. Jane?
The length of growing season is short because of the high temperature. And the tannin and flavor may not be fully ripe when the sugar level is right. Or when tannin and flavor are ripe, then the sugar level is too high and alcohol will be too high. So the wine is not balanced.
Yeah, good. How about acidity?
Lower and even worse balance.
Yes. Now we can see from the map, here's the Mendoza province, located on the eastern side of Andes Mountains at very low latitude. So what does this low altitude contribute to the climate in terms of temperature? Become warm, cold, or hot?
I think it's hot.
Hot, good. So as we discussed before, the hot temperature will do what to the length of the growing season? Be shorter or longer?
Short.
Short, yeah, short growing season is good. And so the Andes Mountain is very important natural factors, and it provides like a high altitude of the vineyard, which is about 1,000 meters. So what does its high altitude will provide the benefit to the growing? So
It will be much cooler and leads to the high acid. It will extend to growing seasons and allow the grape to achieve the full ripeness of tannin and flavors.
Yes, good. And also, like often, higher altitude often coupled with like a large diurnal range. So what could this benefit?
Higher acid and complex aromas.
Yeah, great. And here we can see the weather hazard of the from the region, which is very common. The first weather hazard is agri conditions. So because the rainfall in Mendoza is like probably 200 to 250 millimeters, which is too low to grow grape naturally. So what can we do to deal with these agri conditions in the vineyard? Okay.
It's irrigation.
Ranking? Yeah, irrigations. So what type of irrigations have been learned before?
Flood irrigation, sprinkler, and drip irrigation.
Good. And we can see from the image, this is flood irrigation, which is very traditional and the cheaper way to do the irrigation. However, not quite efficient. So the new planted vineyard uses drop irrigation, which is more efficient. The second weather hazard is heat and/or sunshine. So what caused this problem? Okay, Jane.
Low latitude.
Good. So how to deal with it in the vineyard?
Pergola.
Pergola system, right? So
Yeah.
how does the pergola works?
To hang the grapes up and then move away from the hot earth, and with the leaves on the top to the shadow from the sunshine.
Good. And also we can use the VSP, the leaves to cover the grapes. And another weather hazard is hail. So, how to deal with it in the vineyard? Frankie?
Maybe using the net and to cover the vines and protect them from the hail.
Yes. It is very efficient but very costly. So, is there any cheaper way to deal with it in the vineyard?
They plan the vineyard to separate the locations so the hail will damage only the part of them.
Good. And this strategy also provides different resources to blending. Here are some important black varieties in Mendoza province: Malbec, Bernarda, and also some international varieties such as Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, and Merlot, which is usually used in blending. So the first grape, Malbec, is signature of Mendoza and also signature of the whole Argentina. So can anyone recall the attributes of this variety? So Vivian?
High tannin, full color, and black fruit aroma. And it has medium acidity and full body.
Good. So can I recall French region which is famous for producing this grape? Cahors. Good. The second variety is Bernarda, which is also the second largest planting in the whole Argentina. So this variety is late ripening with deep color, high in acidity, high in tannin, and there used to be a volume per variety. So if the production is in high volume, it will be medium to deep color with like a fruity aroma such as strawberry and blackberry. But if we control the yield, it will change. So can anyone imagine how the attribute will change? Jane?
More concentration,
Yeah.
color, high tannin, and acidity.
Yes, great. Can you name a way to control the yield in the vineyard?
Green harvest.
Grain harvest, good. So how do you to achieve like full ripeness as it's the late ripening grape?
Plant in warm vineyard
Warm
and
vineyard.
harvest late.
Good. So we can see this is a more detailed map of Mendoza region. We can see here Maipo, Luján de Cuyo, and the Yukon Valley, here eastern Mendoza and northern Mendoza. So these three regions, I mean Luján de Cuyo, Maipo, and the Yukon Valley, these three regions together is central Mendoza, which is very famous for producing high quality red wines. So because this it's very close to the Andes Mountains with high altitude, it can produce like just we discussed before, high quality red wines. And in Yukon Valley, which is lies on the more Andes direction, has like higher altitude, and the more western side of Yukon Valley is Tupungato. It's very famous for producing like high quality red wines. And here in Luján de Cuyo, it's also very famous for producing high quality Malbec, and especially when producing a wine with its like old vine Malbec. So anyone could answer me, how does old vine can provide to the winemaking? I mean the quality. Okay, Jane.
Lower yield and higher concentration.
Yes, lower yield and higher concentration. Maple is a little bit divided, and on the higher altitude, it produces quality wines, but on the more eastern lower altitude, it become like more volume in production. And here also some like old vine, Tempranillo, and old vine Bernarda. So now we know Central Valley is famous for producing high quality red wines. So let's do a summarize. So anyone give me some reasons why Central Valley is capable of doing so?
Altitude.
Okay, altitude. Good. So
high altitude.
yes, from which direction?
The eastern Andes Mountains.
Good.
The high altitude decrease the temperature and extend the growing season.
Yes.
It offers black grapes, better tannin, and a more concentrated flavor, better acidity, hence better quality.
Good. Any other reasons?
Dry conditions.
Dry conditions.
Yeah, from
So,
rain shadow of the Andes
Yeah.
Mountain provide low fungus disease pressure to grow grapes.
Good. Any other reason?
Abundant sunshine, so
Mhm.
it provide good photosynthesis and better tannin and flavor.
Yes, good sunshine. Any other reasons?
Water resource for
Good.
irrigation.
Yes, very important. Any other reasons?
Old wines.
Old vines, yes. And also Any other
The
reasons?
worms to get the black variety fully ripe.
Yes, the worms also very important. So the high quality Malbec produced in Central Mendoza tends to have like deep color with like very complex and concentration for the aromas. Sometimes with like elegant floral notes, and it is often coupled with new oak in aromas and flavors. So if you're going to like plant a vineyard to produce like high quality Malbec, so which direction would you going to choose to plant a new vineyard? Okay, Vivian?
For Andes Mountains
Good.
for
For Andes
higher
Mountain.
altitude.
Yes. And as we said before, Malbec wood tends to have like a deep color. So can you name winemaking techniques before fermentation to make deep color?
Cold maceration,
Good. So how about if you want to like a lighter color?
less extraction.
Yes, it is. And as I just said before, higher quality Malbec often coupled with new oak. So what benefit could a new oak provide? Okay.
Maybe
okay.
add new oak flavors.
New oak flavors.
Yes, and that complicates the wine.
Mhm.
Polish tannin texture, smooth tannin structure.
Yes, very well. And here in the northern and the eastern Mendoza, also some parts of Maipo Valley, is famous for producing like volume. And the styles, if we produce high volume, would be like lighter in color, more jammy, fruity, and low acidity, and so-called international styles. So which direction were you going to plant the vineyard when you focus on volume? Okay, Jane?
The high yield.
The high yield, yes, the high yield. So we were looking for the high yield. What kind of attributes are you looking for, and what kind of like a set selection, set are you going to plant the vineyard?
Also the fertile soil.
For the cell.
Yeah, and the flatland with lower altitude, more east of the Mendoza is a good choice.
Yes. So, so this is where you set your vineyard, and in order to produce like jammy, fruity, and low acidity. So, what climate matters or influence this?
High temperature.
High temperature, so lower or higher altitude.
Maybe
Lower.
lower altitude.
Yeah, good. And also, what types of like fermentation vessels are you going to choose when you like producing this international style?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steels.
Easy
Good.
to control the temperature and can keep the fruit aroma in wines.
Very good. So, are you going to use like a new oak in maturation?
No,
Why?
because it's not expensive, so I cannot afford oak barrel,
Mm-hmm.
and the fruit concentration may not be enough to balance the new oak aroma.
Very good. So let's do a final assessment. The first question is, describe the attributes of two different quality levels of Malbec commonly produced in Mendoza. Two different quality level in the styles. So Vivian?
High quality Malbec has almond floral notes and complex flavor,
Yes.
and also with new oak influence.
Yes.
The low quality Malbec is often high volume, entry level international style with jammy fruit and low acidity.
You're right. So from the vineyard and in the winemaking, so why the styles are different? First, the way discuss the vineyard influence.
The main difference in vineyard is altitude.
Yes.
High altitude from Andes Mountains produce more elegant style, since lower temperature has longer growing season, so provide more balanced ripeness and more acidity. The
Correct.
low altitude area on the east side are hot, so produce high alcohol, low acidity with the jammy fruit aroma.
Good. So how about in the winemaking? Okay, Jane?
In winemaking, the high quality may use more intense oak wine grape
Yes.
with the new oak in maturation to add a complexity and smoothen the tannin.
Mm-hmm.
The international style will use stainless steel vessel to ferment in controlled temperature and keep the fruit notes.
All right. So can you name 2 areas in Mendoza producing high quality Malbec?
Ilco Valley and Lujan de Cuyo.
Good. The second question is name 3 different hazards commonly known in Mendoza and provide the management in the vineyard. So Frankie?
Okay, I think one of them is the arid conditions. The way to deal is irrigation.
Yes.
Yeah. The second is heat and or sunshine.
Yeah.
People use pergola system or VSP system.
Good.
And last is how. People use the protection net or plant vineyards separately. Yeah,
Very
I
good.
think that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the end of the session. Thank you.